Wait, did I go live? I did. Oops, I wasn't even ready yet. Hmm. Oh well. Went live a little early. I wasn't really ready. I made a mistake, but oh well. Do what we gotta do. Let me make sure this is good. Whoever's watching, I don't know. Oops. I made a mess here. Alright, so let me tweet out that I'm live. Let me tweet out that I'm live and then we'll start. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to. Alright, just sent out the tweet. Let's get rid of that. Well, what time is it? I got a few more minutes still, so there's nobody watching right now, but just wanted to see how is everybody doing today. I am excited to go live here in a moment to start the show, whatever. Let me make sure people know I'm live, and then. By the way, if anybody's on, just make sure you like the stream wherever you're at. That'll help me with the algorithm. I'll be starting in a couple minutes, so. Let me retweet this. Thank you, appreciate it. Oops. Alright, I think I'm ready. Alright. Let me see. Yeah, I'm ready to start. So let's start. Give me 1 second. Make this kind of official here. Good afternoon. It is I, Andrew Rivera, the Handsome Cynic. Welcome back to another episode of the Handsome Cynic Live. This is episode 2. The first one took place yesterday afternoon, and I liked how it went, so Here's another episode today. I have a pretty good show, I think. The first story I'm going to talk about is Mike Figueredo's horrible coverage of the Debbie Wasserman Schultz questioning of Matt Gaetz. Then I'm going to dive deeper in more clips and videos about Matt Gaetz. Let me try it again. Matt Taibbi. Sorry, I said Matt Gaetz. Then I'm going to go into a deeper dive into that testimony and more videos on Twitter that I found today. And maybe some other stories if I have time, because I got about an hour and a half, so we'll see how long it takes those coverages. So let's start. Where did I? Oh, here it is. I'm kind of off kilter here this morning, this afternoon. So let's start.
Society of Professional Journalists Code of Ethics asserts that journalists should avoid political activities that can compromise integrity or credibility. Being a Republican witness today certainly casts a cloud over your objectivity. But a deeper concern that I have relates to the ethics of how journalists receive and present certain information. Journalists should avoid accepting spoon-fed, cherry-picked information if it's likely to be slanted, incomplete, or designed to reach a foregone, easily disputed, or invalid conclusion. Would you agree with that?
I think it depends.
Really? You wouldn't agree that a journalist should avoid spoon-fed, cherry-picked information if it's likely to be slanted, incomplete, or designed to reach a foregone, easily disputed, or invalid conclusion?
Congresswoman, I've done probably a dozen stories involving whistleblowers. Every reported story that I've ever done across 3 decades involves sources who have motives. Every time you do a story, you're making a balancing test.
Okay. Reclaiming my time. Thank you very much.
Yes, Queen! Reclaiming my time. She's reclaiming her time. Everybody's yes queening her because she's reclaimed her time. Let's keep going, though.
Very much.
Okay.
I ask you this because before you became Elon Musk's hand-picked journalist, and pardon the oxymoron,
hand-picked journalist. Is it confirmed that Elon Musk released the Twitter files? Because I don't know whether he actually did it or not. So I don't think because I'm not sure that's ever been confirmed whether he did it or not. He actually gave the files to the journalist he gave the files to. The assumption is he did it, but I'm not sure that's ever been confirmed by Elon himself whether he did it or not. So, I mean, I may have missed that if he did confirm it. I don't know.
You stated this on Joe Rogan's podcast about being spoon-fed information, and I quote, "I think that's true of any kind of journalism," and you'll see it behind me here. "I think that's true of any kind of journalism. Once you start getting handed things, then you've lost. They have you at that point, and you got to get out of that habit. You just can't cross that line." Do you still believe what you told Mr. Rogan? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, so he did release the files. I might have forgot about that because that was a while ago. So, okay. Well, that was Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Fucking Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Tried to do Bernie's accent. I think I failed, but nonetheless, that was her with her grandstanding questioning of Matt Taibbi. I want to say Matt Gaetz for some reason when I say his name. I don't know why. That's why I had to stop myself. Like Matt Taibbi. Everybody's yas-queening Debbie Wasserman Schultz like she did something big there and important. Like, yes, he asked tough questions of Matt Taibbi. Yes, queen. That's the yes queening her. Like she's. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to show the actual answer in a second here. How he answered the question. I have it bookmarked on Twitter, so I'm going to get to that. But she looks like a cross between Chelsea Clinton and what? An angry wet poodle. God, I mean, she's so condescending towards Matt Taibbi, and she has the nerve to question his journalistic integrity because now Matt Taibbi is perceived as a right winger because he dared to work with Elon Musk to release these files. So I'm gonna play this Mike Figueredo's coverage, and he talks out of both sides of the mouth in this video. At one point he says, I hate Debbie Wasserman Schultz, I can't stand her, but at the same time she did great. She's awesome for owning Matt Taibbi, whatever word he used. I forget exactly what word he used. I pre-watched this video and I forgot because I just don't give a crap to remember. So I'm gonna play it for you guys anyways, so hopefully I don't fall asleep watching Figueiredo because I find him to be super boring. So let's see.
Heartbreaking. The worst person you know just made a great point. That exchange took place today during the House Judiciary.
No, he didn't. The worst person in the world didn't make a good point. She made an ass of herself. She didn't allow Taibbi to answer the question. Instead, I remember correctly, a Republican had to re-ask the question in order for him to actually be able to answer. So no, she let him answer any questions. She cut him off. I'm reclaiming my time. Fuck off. Yeah, it's. She didn't make a good point. She wasted everybody's time. She grandstanded, and then, and that was it. I'm not impressed by that. We are right wing if we're not damn shit-lived. Human Report went down here for sure. I was never a fan of Mike Figueiredo, even back when I liked the TYT universe. I was never a fan of his. I always found him to be condescending and boring and just a regular old nerd. I always found him to be boring. My throat's really dry. I mean, let's keep creating this nonsense.
Select subcommittee on the weaponization of the federal government, and it marks the second time that Congress has held a hearing on Elon Musk's Twitter files. Now, what we just watched was absolutely brutally humiliating for Matt Taibbi, someone who I used to respect. He got exposed.
No, it's not. He was not humiliated. What are you talking about? Debbie Wasserman Schultz humiliated herself. It wasn't Matt Taibbi got humiliated. I mean, again, he was absolutely humiliated. Really? Based on what? Based on the fact that she grandstanded and she asked him, questions that she didn't even allow him to answer? I mean, I'm sorry. That's not humiliating to me. That's Debbie Wasserman Schultz making an ass of herself. Well, let's see. Let's see what else he got for us.
As the unprincipled, careerist opportunist that he is by Debbie Wasserman Schultz, of all people.
I hate this. Why is this lagging so much? Let me close some of these windows. Might be
the most corrupt, unprincipled, careerist members of Congress. And when you compare both Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Matt Taibbi, just to be clear, without question, I think that she's done far more harm than he could ever dream of doing as a pseudo-journalist. But with that being said, nothing about what she said there was wrong.
I missed that part. Let me go back a second. Did he just call her wait, am I mute? Okay, no, I'm not mute. Did he just call her him a pseudo-journalist? I missed that part and actually watched it for the first time.
By Debbie Wasserman Schultz, of all people, one of the most corrupt, unprincipled, careerist members of Congress. And when you compare both Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Matt Taibbi, just to be clear, without question, I think that she's done far more harm than he could ever dream of doing as a pseudo-journalist. But with that being said, nothing about what she said there was wrong. In fact, it gets even worse because she goes on to explain why Matt Taibbi betrayed his own principles. And again, what she says here is 100% correct. And Matt Taibbi knows it, but refuses.
Hey, I missed something here.
By Debbie Wasserman Schultz was absolutely brutally humiliating for Matt Taibbi, someone who I used to respect. He got exposed as the unprincipled, careerist opportunist that he is by Debbie Wasserman Schultz, of all people, one of the most corrupt, unprincipled, careerist members of Congress. And when you compare both Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Matt Taibbi, just to be clear, without question, I think that she's done far more harm than he could ever dream of doing as a pseudo-journalist.
He did call her call Matt Taibbi pseudo-journalist. What a piece of crap. Hold on, let me reshare this because I think it's lagging for some reason. It's really annoying me. All right, let's... Hopefully it stops lagging. Anyways, are you kidding me? A pseudo-journalist? I know. She didn't expose him at all. She exposed herself for being an ass. She made her ass of herself, and she didn't expose anyone. She exposed herself, really. But are you kidding me? Matt Taibbi is one of the most respected, award-winning journalists in the country, maybe the world. And he's a pseudo-journalist. a pseudo journalist. Like, are you Mike Figueredo is a pseudo political commentator, and how about that? Matt Taibbi has walls of awards, and meanwhile, hmm, why is this lagging so much? Meanwhile, um, Mike Figure, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. But anyways, he's been critical of the people Mike likes and nice propagandist. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just a shit-lived perspective, and it's pathetic. And one of the most pathetic things I've ever seen. And let's keep going here because I want to get this over with as soon as possible. So let's get to more Debbie Wasserman Schultz here.
Now, you crossed that line with the Twitter files.
No.
Elon Musk, it's my time. Please do not interrupt me.
It's my
Alaskan-
time. I'm about to go. I don't know. I wouldn't put up with her nonsense if I'm testifying in Congress. It's like everyone knows that she's grandstanding. Everyone knows she's grandstanding, and everyone knows trying to use this for political gain for herself. But but he puts up with it. I wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's decorum. Maybe it's respect for the house or whatever. But I wouldn't put up with it. I'm already annoyed, and I barely started this.
Elon Musk spoon-fed you his cherry-picked.
Who's laughing there? Someone's laughing.
Elon Musk spoon-fed.
Yeah, someone's laughing there. I'm not sure who's laughing, whether it's Matt Taibbi or somebody else, but somebody's laughing back there after she said that.
It's my time. Please do not interrupt me. Elon Musk spoon-fed.
Yeah, right there.
Elon Musk.
She stops for a little bit. Somebody laughs. I'm not sure whether it's Taibbi or somebody else in the gallery that's actually laughing, but let's keep going.
Spoon-fed you his cherry-picked information, which you must have suspected promotes a slanted viewpoint, or
I'd be like, yeah, I'm in contempt. Shit. What are you gonna do? Put me in jail? Yeah, okay, fine. I don't give a shit. I'll bail out and get a fine.
at the very least generates another right-wing conspiracy theory. You violated your own standard, and you appear to have benefited from it. Before the release of the emails in August of last year, you had 661,000 Twitter followers. After the Twitter files, your followers doubled, and now it's 3 times what it was last August.
Oh yes, his followers increase. So what? That doesn't mean that's evidence that he's corrupt or that he released the files. He helped Elon Musk release the files for reasons, in order to get more Twitter followers. I mean, is that really what we're talking about here? That's her evidence. Like, oh well, your followers tripled since last August. I'd be like, yeah, that's a good thing. I don't understand what's her point. I don't understand it, but
I imagine your Substack readership, which is a subscription, increased significantly because of the work that you did for Elon Musk. Now, I'm not asking you to put a dollar figure on it, but it's quite obvious that you've profited
100%.
from the Twitter files. You hit the jackpot on that Vegas slot machine to which you referred. That's true, isn't it?
I've also reinvested
You've made some. No. Is it true that you have profited?
let him fucking
since
answer the question.
Let
him answer the question. I mean, he's trying to answer the question. He's like, no. Answer exactly how I want you to answer. I mean, that's not how it works. Let him answer the question.
You were the recipient of the Twitter files. You've made money. Yes or no?
I
Very
think it's
simple
probably a wash, honestly.
No, you have made money that you did not have before, correct?
No. I mean, who do you think you know? It's like, no. Answer the question exactly how I want you to answer it. You made money, didn't you? You made money. And he's trying to explain it. He's like, no. Answer exactly the way I want you to answer. You made money, right? Like she's trying to lead him to say yes. It's like, yes, I made money. I can't. I want to skip the rest of this.
But I've also spent money that I didn't have
Okay.
before. I just hired a whole group of people to
Patently
investigate
obvious
this.
answer, reclaiming my time. Attention is a powerful drug. Eyeballs, money, prominence, attention, all of it points to problems with accuracy and credibility. And the larger point, which is social media companies are not biased against conservatives, and if anything, they ignored their own policies by allowing Trump and other MAGA extremists to post incessant lies, endangering public safety and even our democracy.
We're not a democracy. Thank God we're not a democracy, or else Hillary couldn't be president, like I said yesterday, and we'd probably be in World War III right now. 100%. She'd say she's just a hypocritical. She's like, "Oh, well, you made money. You made money. You made money. Yeah, how much have you taken? How much have you taken from the payday loan industry? How much have you taken? That's right, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if Matt Taibbi's corrupt or whatever she's trying to imply there, then she's just as corrupt, if not worse." Oops, let me mute myself.
Hypocrisy is the hangover of an addiction to attention.
That was just brutal. Matt Taibbi violated his own principles by letting Elon Musk spoon feed him cherry-picked information.
Really, cherry picked? How about when you Russiagated for years? Was that cherry picked information? Definitely, 100%. That was cherry picked by the intelligence agencies, by the deep state, in order to get their propaganda out there that Trump was nothing but a Russian asset. So you and the Young Turks and everyone fell for cherry picked information. So, and no, I'm not suggesting that Matt Taibbi is corrupt. I'm just saying, if Matt Taibbi is corrupt, which he isn't, but let's say if he is, Debbie Wasserman Schultz is even more corrupt than he is. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's actually corrupt, but yeah, I mean, everything. January 6th, again, that's cherry picked footage that was out by the January 6th Commission. Mike Figueredo walked right into that trap, showed that cherry picked videos, and they have the nerve to turn around and say, "Well, Matt Taibbi used cherry pick information from Elon Musk in order to smear for Democrats or left or liberals, or whatever you want to call them, and we are all. He's a piece of shit. He's a right winger. What do you want to call him? And it's too much. I mean, it's too much. I'm annoyed, and we're not even halfway through this video yet."
Also, he can further his own career, and he wouldn't even fess up to it. He pretended as if the money that he made was a wash since he expanded. Yeah, but you wouldn't have been able to expand in the first place, Matt, had you not sold out to Elon Musk. So to pretend as if you didn't benefit from the
Wait. He worked for Rolling Stone. He written multiple books. Everybody knows who Matt Taibbi is. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? That he needed the Twitter files in order to expand. Everybody knows who he is. At least if you follow politics regularly, if you read his books, everybody knows who he is. So did he really need the Twitter files in order to expand to make more money? Of course not. He written multiple books. He won multiple awards. He wrote for Rolling Stone for years. I mean, why would he need the Twitter files in order to expand to make more money? Like that accusation just makes no sense to me. Oops. Yeah, without a doubt. I'm not. The January 6th was a diet coup. I mean, was it? It wasn't. Was it really? I don't really consider it a coup. I consider it more like a riot. It was definitely a riot. There was rioting that day, but I don't know. A diet coup. I mean, I see your point, but I personally wouldn't call it a coup attempt. It's more like a riot. It was a protest that led to a riot where a Trump supporter died, unfortunately. But yeah, let's keep going with Mikey Boy here.
from the Twitter files is one of the most disingenuous things I've ever seen. And ironically, everything that Debbie Wasserman Schultz said about Taibbi can apply to her as well. Why does she take money from the predatory payday loan industry? Well, because they contribute to her.
There he is. He's just saying it. It's like, this is what he's talking the other side of his mouth. He's like, well, yeah, why you take so much money from the payday loan industry? Yeah, she's grandstanding, Mike. Why are you taking her seriously like she's some kind of a hero for owning Matt Taibbi? Don't be ridiculous. I understand you meant that. Yeah, there was no chance to overthrow the government of the United States. And it's like, yeah, well, let's say if somehow they would have gotten, like, they would have somehow killed every member of Congress and Senate. What's next? They just stand there, wait for the military to come kill them or arrest them. That's what's going to happen. So yeah, but I agree with you. There's no way the overthrow ever going to happen. Mikey boy, oh god, more of him.
Her campaign, and they help her get elected and further her own career. Why did she violate the DNC's own charter back in 2016 and sabotage the one candidate that was better positioned to defeat Donald Trump? Well, because she wanted a position in Clinton's administration. The reason why her attack on Taibbi was so powerful, I think, is because she's as conniving and opportunistic as he is. She knows.
Get a load of that circular logic. He's like, well, I mean, the reason why her attack was so effective is because she's just as corrupt and conniving as Matt Taibbi. What? Is that, what kind of logic is that? It's like, I mean, it's just because she's just as corrupt and conniving that she can see it. She can see it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got for why, why she's right here. Come on. What ridiculous logic. Like, Mike Figueredo is so desperate to attack Matt Taibbi that he's willing to yas queen for Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Embarrassing.
Knows how the game is played. So that's why her exposing him was so humiliating, because she knows how the sausage is made. But when it comes to how biased and selective the release of the Twitter files were, Congressman Connolly's questions to Taibbi were also deeply embarrassing for him. Let's watch.
Mr. Taibbi.
Now, this is Congressman Colony. Colony. What, I can't say his name right now, but that's him. He's going to proceed to ask questions of Matt Taibbi in a partisan, hacky way, but he's not as douchey as Debbie Wasserman Schultz about it. So let's look at this real quick.
You have said that this isn't really a matter of right or left, that there are lots of different ideological colorations involved in the Twitter files. Is that roughly correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Schellenberg, you would agree with that?
Yes.
So when you release information, have you released any information of, for example, right-wing elements or the Trump White House attempting to moderate content at Twitter?
Yes. No, not the Trump White House per se, although I did report initially in the first Twitter files that the Trump White House had made and
Which is true. The Trump White House did try to moderate content on Twitter, but Twitter mostly ignored them. Yeah, they did censor some things, but Twitter mostly ignored them. The Twitter files show that. It's like, for the most part, they all censored for Democrats. They did do some censoring for Trump, but at the same time, it was mostly for Democrats. The entire Twitter, the old ownership of Twitter was entirely Democratic for the most part. Let's keep going.
And requests then had been honored.
Mr. Schellenberg?
I did not find that.
You haven't found it. So we had a hearing the other day on Twitter, and we had 4 witnesses, 3 for the majority, 1 for the minority, and all 4 testified under oath they had never received a request for content moderation or takedown by the Biden White House, but they did.
The Biden White House, nobody even discussing the Biden White House. As far as the Biden White House, I mean, by the time, like, why would Biden censor after the election? That would make no sense. It's after the election. Election's over. There's no need to censor because he's the president. Why would he send? Let's say if that's true. I don't know if that's true or not, but let's say if that's true. Why in the world would he actively send that? Why would he actively send any censorship request after the election? The election's over. He's the president. That's the reason why they were censoring, because of the election. They wanted to make sure Trump lost. They censored the Hunter Biden laptop story. It's all before the election. And after the election, censorship doesn't really matter. It does matter. I mean, I'm not saying that censorship, is unimportant. It is, but for the administration I'm talking about, it's unimportant for them at that point.
From Donald Trump's White House. And specifically, the case brought up was an exchange between Donald Trump, then President of the United States, and Chrissy Teigen, where he had called her something, and she called him something back. I won't repeat it. And this was under oath confirmed. Yeah, that happened, and that the White House shortly thereafter, after Tegan had her email about the president, which was pejorative, that the White House called Twitter to try to take down the content. Are you aware of that, Mr. Tebbe?
Yeah, I've certainly heard that in the news, yes.
But did you see that email exchange?
No, I have not seen an exchange from the Trump White House.
So
I have seen one from Congressman Schiff and one from Senator Angus King.
Yeah, nice try. We're talking about the Trump White House.
Yeah. See, he doesn't want to discuss that. He's like, oh, nice try. I'm not going to ask you about that. No, I mean, Democrats censored. They did most of the censoring. I'm not suggesting the Trump White House didn't try to. They obviously did. They sent censoring requests to Twitter. I'm not saying they didn't. But at the same time, they're like, oh, nice try. I'm not talking about Democrats. So we're talking about Republicans here. Remember, Republicans are the bad guys, and not us. Our censoring is good, by definition. That's what...
White House and people under oath confirming it. And my question is, in the Twitter files, did Elon Musk or Twitter provide you with that exchange with Chrissy Teigen?
No, but that's probably because the searches that I was making.
Well, probably because it didn't confirm the.
There he is, cutting him off for answer the question. Why don't let him answer the question? These Democrats, they don't want to hear the answer. What they want to do is grandstand. They want to grandstand and pretend that they're asking tough questions, and his answers don't matter to them. What matters is the grandstanding. That's what they're. So now they get to go. These clips go viral, and liberal Democrats will pretend, Matt Taibbi got bodied or Matt Taibbi got owned. I see it all over Twitter. It's ridiculous. That's the whole point of this.
The bias that this is all about, as the gentleman from Texas would say, the left attempting to control content, when in fact the evidence is the Trump White House most certainly attempted to control content on Twitter.
So Connolly just demonstrated that Matt Taibbi was Elon Musk's useful little idiot who...
A useful idiot. That's what he just said. A useful idiot, a decorated award-winning journalist is somehow now, according to Mikey Boy here, a useful idiot. Jeez, I don't... all right, let me keep going here.
Willingly promoted a biased partisan narrative, all for personal gain. And when Connolly tried to get him to admit that Musk hadn't given him the full story about how Trump was also trying to use his power to get tweets removed, well, all Taibbi could do was invoke Democrats, like the hack that he is. So it confirms that Daddy Elon Musk only...
Did he just call Matt Taibbi a hack? Hold on. Did I hear that right?
Used his power to get tweets removed, well, all Taibbi could do was invoke Democrats, like the hack that he is.
A hack? Matt Taibbi's a hack? That's projection right there. Look in the mirror, Mike. Who's the hack? Who's the partisan hack here? Is it Matt Taibbi or is it you? That's projection, straight up projection. Look in the mirror when you say that, Mike, next time. When you call Matt Taibbi a hack. Look in the mirror, because that's you, buddy.
So it confirms that Daddy Elon Musk only let him see one side of the story, hence why principled journalists wouldn't let powerful people selectively hand them documents in the first place, because you're not getting the full picture as journalists seek to do. And again, I find it sad because Matt Taibbi used to be a good journalist. He was critical of the billionaire class and the establishment, but now he's on Team Red, presumably because that's where the money is. And he's even parroting their anti-trans talking points and promoting Matt Walsh's What is a Woman documentary. It's just sad to me, honestly. But sometimes when you violate your own journalistic standards, it comes back to bite you in the ass. But lucky for Taibbi, his new right-wing audience isn't going to hold him accountable at all for hypocrisy or even care about principled journalistic ethics so long as he's consistently giving them what they want, which is content reinforcing this narrative that
I can't take it anymore. I can't take this guy anymore. Like, he's seriously calling Matt Taibbi a hack, and that he's a daddy Elon Musk, like Elon, is his daddy or something. Like, Fuck off, Mike. How about this? How about look in the mirror when you do that projection at the end of the video? Look in the mirror. That's you. That describes you perfectly. It doesn't describe Matt. It describes you. It describes you. Only you. And the Young Turks and Kyle Kalinske and all you white leftists who are pushing this nonsense. This January 6th or Twitter files nonsense. Yes, it's the trans things. Exactly what it is. That's why. And I missed that too. Now, the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's it. It's the trans thing. That's why Mike hates him so much." And now I missed it here because I was so focused on the other nonsense that he that he was focused on. But yeah, it's the trans thing. He was promote. I'm not sure if he promoted it. I didn't know that. Either he promoted or he talked about the documentary that What Is a Woman, because I didn't really care, but yeah, I mean that's why he thinks he's a right winger. It's because of the trans thing. And that's really what this is about. I don't think it's really about the Twitter files. I mean, unless I'm wrong, maybe I'm being that's what I'm looking for. Maybe I'm being naive, but it probably is that, the anti-trans, the alleged anti-trans thing movie that Matt Walsh put out. So I'm done with Mike. Now I'm gonna go to the to the rest of the Twitter hearing. Let me get rid of this. No need to see Mike anymore while I set this up. Do me a favor, guys. If you just got in here, please like the stream. Helps a lot with the algorithm. Let me go here. Here we go. Make this bigger because Twitter font's quite small. Can you see that? I hope you can. Let me make it a little bigger. All right, that's good. You should be able to see that. This is Matt Taibbi's testimony for the most part. I'm using Aaron Rupar, even though he's a partisan hack, but he's not really a journalist. But I think he has, a lot when it comes to the hearings. He has a lot of footage here, so I'm going to use him for now and then go back to the go to other places, other tweets I have. So there's hearings today too. I want to show a clip from that too, but where is? I think I showed this yesterday. I don't know why I went to this. Where is this? Yeah, this is on Mike's video. Oh, here we. Yeah, I'm gonna start here. He LOLs this for some reason, but both journalists are not right wing. Matt Taibbi and Michael Schellenberger. I don't know who Michael Schellenberger is, so. But he did admit. I had to go back up. He did admit to voting for Biden. The Michael character.
The fact
That's enough. That's
that
good.
the attempt comes from the dais across the aisle to smear you, frankly, I think liberals, if I understand that, in your background, you're both good liberals, and you come in, and the Democrats' hostility to what you've undertaken is astonishing to behold. But it's part of the picture we're seeing.
They're hostile because Matt Taibbi and Schellenberger, they expose they help expose the Democratic Party propaganda machine and their censorship. There's another clip where we have Jim Jordan here. I wanted to show you guys. Where is it? Oh, here it is. This is the one. Let's go in the beginning. Aaron Rupar again. LOL. Jim Jordan claims that Matt Taibbi is a Democrat, so he's not actually there to help Republicans. He may not be a Democrat, but he's definitely no conservative. Excuse me, definitely no conservative. So I don't know why he acts like Aaron Rupar acts like that's overly ridiculous. Like, LOL. He claims he's a Democrat.
The opportunity to review the FTC letters. You have not come over to review those letters. Third, the idea that I believe both of these individuals who are...
The hell. We have internet issues here. I'm sorry.
We're getting ready to testify.
Okay, here we go.
I believe they're both Democrats. The idea that two journalists who
Did
happen
you
to
not
be
give that
Democrats...
offer at 8 o'clock last
I'm talking
night?
now.
Oh God.
Your time was ended a few
Neither
seconds
of us
ago.
are in time.
I don't think they're here to help us politically. I think they're here to tell us the truth. And
Yeah, I don't. Where is that video where he says, hold on, I miss. Alright, I might have.
after they've been named in a letter, frankly, I think they're brave individuals for being willing to come after they've been named in a letter from the Biden FTC.
Is this your question time now?
No, I'm responding to your ridiculous statements you made in your opening statement.
Okay, so let's get on with it.
Oh, now we want to get on with it. So you can
did.
say all the things you want, and I
I
point out
did
the
in my
facts.
opening statement,
I
as
point
well
out all
as
the
you had an
facts.
opening statement. You
chair-
said what you needed to say in your opening statement, and I, as the ranking member, have
Without
used my
objection,
time.
all other opening statements will be included in the record. We will introduce today's witness, Matt Tyson.
It's unbelievable how she gets to say whatever she wants in her statement, but as soon as Jim Jordan starts to respond, she loses her mind. Like, oh, let's keep going. Let's move on, please. Move on. It's like, all right, here we go. I loved it. I think I showed this yesterday. Let me show it again.
Ranking Member Plaskett, I'm not a so-called journalist. I've won the National Magazine Award, the I.F. Stone Award for Independent Journalism.
Oh God, why is this lagging like this? Sorry about that. I don't know why this is lagging so much.
Journalism, and I've written 10 books, including 4.
Yeah, anyways, he says he's not a so-called journalist. I'm not going to keep, trying with this. Let me get rid of this. No need for this. No need for this right now. No need for that tab. All right, let me go to my bookmarks because there's some bookmarks. I'll get to that in a minute. All right, here we go. This is interesting. This is from today's hearings here. Aramate. At the Twitter Files hearing, Representative Colin Aldred implored the two journalists to take off the tinfoil hat and considered that our noble national security agencies are in fact trying their best, quote, to prevent, hurt, and protect democracy. Oh my God. This piece of crap here. He said he's official Twitterer Representative Colin Aldred, Texas 32, huge civil rights attorney, former Obama HUD, and NFL player. Oh, he played in the NFL. That's why I think he looks familiar. Okay, well, he's a partisan hack, a Democrat. Who did he play for? I think he might have played, I don't remember, but it doesn't really matter. So this partisan hack is going to defend the intelligence agencies. Perfect. So let's watch this.
And I hope that you can actually take this with you, because I honestly hope that you will grapple
It's still lagging. What the hell?
with this. That it may be possible that if we can take off the tinfoil hat,
Ah!
that there's not a vast conspiracy, but that ordinary folks and national security agencies responsible for our security are trying their best to find a way to make sure that our online discourse doesn't get people hurt or see our democracy undermined. And that the very rights that you think they're trying to undermine, they may be trying to protect.
Oh, wait. Are you kidding me? He's like, oh, well, the national security, they're trying their best. They're trying their best, they want to protect democracy and make sure that nobody else gets hurt and blah, 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 blah. That's not your job. That's not the government's job to protect minority communities, whatever you want to call it, about the online discourse. Like, words don't hurt. Where I don't why is the government's trying to actively, interfere with online discourse? It's not to protect people, it's to censor the truth. That explains the brain damage. I don't what Hold on. Let me see where wait a minute. What's his name? What's this dude's name? Colin Aldred. Bear with me 1 second. No, not Kaepernick. Colin Aldred is an American politician, lawyer, former professional football player. He played for the Tennessee Titans. Okay, but he's a linebacker. There's definitely a lot of CTE. There's definitely a lot of CTE in linebacker position. He played for the Tennessee Titans. A civil rights attorney. Does he know that what they did to King and Malcolm Aldred? Probably not, because he's ultimately a hack. I mean, he's just a Democrat. I don't think he bothers with that type of stuff, whether that's true or not. I don't think he really bothers with that type of stuff. Oops, let me go back to my bookmarks. Scott, right. I'll get to that if I have time. I'll get to that. You see this? LMAO that Taibbi for getting bodied by DWS of all people. Embarrassing. He wasn't bodied. Again, this is this is a tweet that I saw initially before I saw Figueiredo's video. Is that he didn't get bodied. It wasn't even close. It was embarrassing for Debbie Wasserman Schultz. It wasn't like she got. It wasn't like she got bodied. It wasn't like she owned him. Like, oh, guys, I mean, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Yes, queen. She owned Taibbi. No, she didn't. I saw a tweet from TYT's Francesca Fiorentini. She said something similar. I saw who else said it? A few other people that from TYT's universe that said something similar. So it's just ridiculous, just embarrassing. I don't want to see the Debbie Wasserman Schultz anymore, so move on to another story right now. Let's see. I have all the time in the world right now. So let's move on to Marianne Williamson, Kyle Kalinski's favorite candidate for president, or his friend. She went on Jordan Sheridan's status coup. I don't know when this happened. The tweet sent out a couple days ago, March 8th. So I don't know if this is a past appearance or a more recent one. Maybe you guys in the chat be able to tell me. But this account says Marianne Williamson support war, which also supports Nazis. So fuck diplomacy, her peace with Russia. So it's a 30-second clip, no, a minute clip. So I'm gonna play it.
Of Germany supports the thing.
It just seems like there's like a blank check here for Ukraine, but not serious efforts by Biden to actually
it was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Accelerate diplomacy.
Because I do remember she kind of changed her story recently when she went on Kyle and Crystal's show. I did cover that on a standalone video. But yeah, it's from 2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay. Well, I think this is her position. So.
First of all, the United States doesn't have the power. Neither.
Yes, they do. That's a lie. They have the power. All they got to do is tell Ukraine, you know what? We're not funding you anymore. We're not giving you money. Negotiate peace with Russia. You know how quickly it would happen? 24 hours, I give it, before peace happens. The war will be over in 24 hours. But of course, it's like, no, we can't do that. We can't do that under any circumstances because we have to finance the Ukrainian Nazi war machine. That's what we have to do. We under any circumstances we can't have peace.
Neither Ukraine nor Russia are interested right now.
Oh my God. Sorry, I don't know why it's lagging so much.
The money, I don't think it's accurate to say we're giving a blank check. We are giving financial support and military support. There is no doubt about that, which I support. I support the same way that other leftists in Europe support. The Green Party of Germany supports the giving of those tanks.
You think?
Oh, hey guys, the Green Party of Germany gives all those tanks, so it must be a good thing, right? Because our Green Party here in the U.S. is good, or not really good, but in her mind it is. So that's why we have to continue giving those tanks. We have to, or else then we're leaving the Ukrainians to die. They're not going to die. They'll negotiate peace rather quickly.
I think the United States is the leading superpower in the world, who frankly is NATO, has no power here to kickstart diplomacy.
Even Jordan Sheridan is like, really? I mean, we have even the hack that is Jordan Sheridan. He can figure this out. I mean, we have all the power in the world to end this war tomorrow. We don't. This war does not need to continue. We have the power in it right now. In fact, all we gotta do is stop stop printing money and give it to the Ukrainians, which would be doing. We're just making up money, mostly monopoly money, hand it over to them. So yeah, the idea that we can't end this war is just ridiculous.
Right now, both Ukraine and Russia are saying, hey, wait a minute, we're winning. I mean, that's the position of both of those countries right now. So maybe you're right. Maybe the United States could say, hey, guys, stop right now. I'm not under the impression that the United States could say, hey, guys, stop right.
And that's a lie. The United States can say, hey, stop right now. And the Ukrainians will stop. Maybe not the Russians, but the Ukrainians will stop, and they want peace, because or else the Russians will run them over like there's some kind of like like a car running over an ant. That's just a lie. Here we go. Where is it? Where's that poll? I just saw it and I missed it again. Ah, here it is. I love this. I love this. This is a Democratic Party 2024 presidential poll. Presidential poll without Biden in it. So I wanted to show this because it's hilarious. Let's see. 2024 National Democratic primary without Biden. That's the key. That's the key here. Kamala Harris at 27%. Hillary Clinton 19%. Pete Buttigieg 12%. Gavin Newsom 11%. AOC is at 8%. How is she at 8%? How is that? How's that hack? That celebrity, wannabe celebrity, 8%. I don't get it. Elizabeth Warren 6%. How is she at 6%? She was exposed in 2020 as a total liar and a fraud, but somehow she's at 6%. Excuse me. Let's see who else. Stacey Abrams at 3%. Amy Klobuchar at 3%. And Prixler at 2%. Who is Prixler, by the way? Is he the governor of Illinois? I'm pretty sure that's who that is, but I could be dead wrong on that because I'm not exactly sure. This is a poll of 782 people, and this was done March. I don't know. March, and the margin of error is 4 to 7%. I think that, or was it done? No, it's done between March 4th and 7th. This poll. Okay, I can't even read that properly. But yeah, the polls were. Yeah, I mean, the Democrats are fucked if Biden doesn't run. He's their best chance of defeating Trump. Let's be real about that. Let's see what else. There's something else here. Let me make sure before I move on to. Oh, here. Let me talk about this real quick. Jill Biden presents an International Women of Courage Award to a biological male International Women's Day at the White House. Again, I don't. My girlfriend is texting me. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't understand why liberals have this insistence of women or pretending that transgender women are real women. If you're a real woman out there, it wouldn't this be offensive that the administration is handing or Joe Biden is handing out awards on International Women's Day to who's clearly a man? I mean, they're trying to redefine what a woman is, and to me, I find that deeply offensive. And I wonder how what a real woman would actually feel about this, even if you're on left or right. I wonder how because I'm offended just looking at this. I'm offended by this, and I'm not even a woman. I'm a man, but oh god, don't care about that right now. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what you guys think. I mean, if any women watching the stream right now, but I find this to be massively offensive. Like, and and yeah, I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but I'm told I'll be offended by this if I'm a woman. Because the whole point. At one point, the left was like, liberals were like, actually during Trump, they were like, women's rights and women's rights, women, Me Too movement, all that other crap. But as soon as now all of a sudden Biden's in charge, now fuck women. We're gonna give a Women's of Courage award to who's ultimately a man. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of women out there who deserve this award, International Women of Courage Award. Hell, I could name a few right now who might deserve it over whoever this individual is. Then, let's see. Yeah, I already covered that. I covered that. All right, so let's go to I have time, right? I have plenty of time, of an hour. Let's go to my favorite YouTuber. Not, I'm being sarcastic, of course, but let's go to my favorite YouTuber. Let's get rid of that for now. Hello. I kind of fucked up, so bear with me 1 second. Why do you keep texting me? Kyle Kalinske again. We have Kyle Kalinske and his little girlfriend, Crystal Ball, here. Let me get. Bear with me 1 second. I don't know why she's insisting on texting me now, but nonetheless, we have Kyle Kalinski's little girlfriend, Crystal Ball, and they're gonna discuss. Instead of discussing what Tucker Carlson discovered about January 6th, they're going to discuss the text messages. And they're going to be dismissive of what Tucker discovered about January 6th. So Kyle in particular is very dismissive. And I'm almost sure that Kyle never covered any of their revelations at all, didn't touch it. I could be wrong on that. That's why I'm checking his channel before I actually assert that he didn't talk about it. So bear with me 1 second to make sure, because I don't want to, misquote him. Give me a minute, Janine. That's my girlfriend's name, by the way. The View's unhinged Marianne attack. Oh God, that's something I got to cover, because I guess I'm sure that it's not unhinged. But let me show you this. Let me show you this actually for now. Look at these nonsense videos. The View's unhinged Marianne attack. Twink loving Republican caught horny on Maine. I don't know what that even is. Trans people have demons. This is what Kyle wants to cover. Invade Mexico? Okay. The Republicans want to invade Mexico. Didn't Pete Buttigieg want to invade Mexico too? So it's not just a Republican thing. Biden channels Trump and border crackdown. Okay. Senators propose peace for Cuba. Greedy CEO and union fight. Okay, that's good. Most of these videos are nonsense, and he didn't touch the Tucker Carlson thing at all. This is from 3 days ago. Steve Bannon incinerates Fox in blistering speech. Biden has cancer surgery. No, he didn't touch it. Media hack smear Marianne right off the gate. Even though Kyle's a media hack, but hypocrisy there. DeSantis responds to Trump attacks. That's just drama. Lauren Boebert admits stealing her election. Blah blah blah. No, he didn't cover it. He didn't touch it. No surprise there. Hello again. I kind of messed up again, so let me get back to where I was. Here's our little Here's our cuck YouTuber here, Kyle Kalinske. He's going to talk about him and his girlfriend is going to talk about fiance is going to talk about these texts. So let's check this out.
What's up, guys? So there was a big leak that came out the other day because of this Dominion and Fox News lawsuit. We keep
Really? Like, come on, man. That sounds like Biden.
getting like insider Fox host text messages, and what makes them so interesting is that it's just this is the
Oh my God, again?
polar opposite of how they present themselves when they're on TV. Like, there's no connection between their like public beliefs and their private beliefs. Funny enough, remember that's what Hillary Clinton said back in like 2016. Like, I have my public positions and my private positions.
Right.
They are the embodiment of that idea. So, you know, there was already previous Tucker Carlson quotes about how, you know, what was the one from last time? I'm blanking on it.
Trump's
now.
a demonic force.
That's it. Yeah, Trump's a demonic
I got
force.
that one
That's what it was.
for you specifically here too, so we can recap that as well.
So now we got more Tucker Carlson text messages. Now, funny enough, this comes out right after he did that whole like, let me coddle Trump's ball sack segment about how January 6th, that was nothing, bro. It was a bunch of tourists and stuff. Like, whatever. See this video of them walking.
Right.
It's like, don't.
See, that's where he dismisses what Tucker found on January 6th to, oh, they were just walking, bro. What are you talking about? They were just walking. No, Kyle, they weren't. That's not what, that was even the important part. The important part was the QAnon shaman, where the police just escorted him around the Capitol building like he was some kind of a VIP guest or something. That was weird. Why did they do that? That was an important revelation. You got me into lunch is over. I appreciate that. Make sure you do me a favor, like the stream too. That helps me a lot. But like I was saying, that also Ray Epps. Ray Epps was the one who openly was, let's go to the Capitol. Let's go into the Capitol. Let's go in there. Let's go. And even at one point, some of the protesters started chanting Fed towards him, like he's a federal agent, which I speculate that he was. Because why would he do that? He was never called to testify. He was, but they weren't interested in Ray Epps. Nobody in Democratic side interested in Ray Epps. I wonder why that is. And the officer, the African American officer who, I forget his name right now, and I'm blanking on his name, but the one who wore the Make America Great hat, the Trump hat, and he went through the rally and he walked up and tried to protect other cops, and he thought they were stuck there in the Capitol. That's why he wore the Make America Great hat in order to try to get to the crowd. So he thinks they won't attack him. Excuse me. Why? But Kyle doesn't talk about that. He said he just dismisses it as, oh, well, they were walking around and it wasn't really a riot. It wasn't a big deal. Excuse me. God, but let's keep going with this nonsense. Crystal smiling like something's funny. That's not funny at all what Kyle said, but, she likes corny jokes, I guess.
Don't look at the video of the windows being broken and the assault or whatever. They're walking here, bro.
Again, the broken windows, we know about that. We've seen that video ad nauseum. They're breaking windows and they're trying to get into the Capitol building. We've seen that, and we also seen parts where the police just lets them in. They let them right in. The police take selfies with them. We've seen all that. Yeah, some of them were hooligans and they're breaking windows, but for the most part, they were walking in right into the Capitol. We've seen that. That's part of their cherry pick narrative, and Kyle just walks right into it like an idiot, like, oh, they were breaking windows and, and they were bad people. The orange man bad, that's basically what he's saying there.
Whatever.
So they support orange man bad, so they must be terrible people, right?
So anyway, it might have been the same night that came out. It was either that night or the night after we get these secret texts. So go ahead and tell them.
Okay, so this is a range of them. I'm not sure which batch they all came out in, but there's some real highlights here. So he was texting with his producer.
Oh God. Sorry about this lag. I don't know why it's
Trump's
lagging.
businesses, and
Fucking Comcast. I buy high-speed internet. I pay $160 a month for internet, and for high-speed internet. This is what I get: fucking lag and slow shit. What the fuck? Uh, I hope my nephew isn't fucking playing online. That could be what's going on. Oh god. Hey, I didn't say this. I did not say this. He did or she did. I did not say this at all, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is the case, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. I didn't say this part. I did not say this. And I'm gonna leave it up there for a minute while I go on this little rant about Comcast. I pay $160+ a month for internet and cable, and this is what I get: laggy internet. And I've talked to them about this. Like, why is it laggy when I'm supposed to get 800 kilobytes a month, for download speed, and it's still laggy, especially when I stream. Not so much when I'm actually using it off stream, but when I stream, it's just so laggy and so slow, and especially, and I'm like, what's the point of paying all this money if I can't? And then when I don't have the money, honestly, but I pay it. We find a way to pay it, but it's right now it's so laggy that it's just I want to just throw something. Makes me so angry. So can I get a fuck Comcast in the chat? I'm sure that some of you guys have Comcast too, and you hate it too. Let's keep going with Kyle. Hopefully it doesn't lag anymore.
the producer says Trump has a pretty low rate at success in his business ventures, to which Tucker replies, "That's for sure. All of them fail. What he's good at is destroying things. He's the undisputed world champion of that." There's another part where they're talking about Trump skipping Biden's inauguration. And Tucker says, "I'd heard that about the inauguration. Hard to believe. So destructive. It's disgusting. I'm trying to look away."
Yeah, I don't really like what, why. This drives me crazy. It doesn't matter. Like, this is irrelevant. But I wanted to show this because I'm not going to go any more into this because I don't want to waste people's time with this. But this is all irrelevant. This is from the Dominion lawsuit. That Tucker. I don't think he even named the lawsuit, but for some reason the judge insisted on these texts being released. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if Tucker is actually named in the lawsuit, but I read somewhere he wasn't. So it makes it even stranger that these texts or the judge ordered these texts to be released. If you guys know if Tucker's named in the Dominion lawsuit or not, just let me know in the chat. Because as far as I know, I don't think he is named. For some reason, these texts are out there. Anyway, they're trying to make a hypocrisy point. Like, oh, you see, I mean, he says he loves Trump, but he really doesn't. He hates Trump. He hates him, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, but I don't care. It's the footage he's showing lies or not? Are they lies? Is he doctoring the footage? They're trying to obfuscate from that point. They're trying to put up this red herring, like, oh, you see, look at the text. Look at the text. He's hypocritical. He hates Trump. He really hates Trump. In real life, the Fox News show, he's just pretending. He's pretending to like Trump. You see, that means that the footage must be fake, right? It doesn't matter what the footage is. He hates Trump. He hates Trump. No. If the footage is right, it's right. And Tucker, I'm glad this footage is out there so we have more complete picture of what happened on January 6th. I personally think it was an inside job. Like the government agencies wanted this in order to get Trump out of the way so he can't run for president again. That's why this happened. And that's why the January 6th committee, there wasn't a single Trump supporting Republican on it. The only two Republicans were Liz Cheney and some other Republican they both hate Trump. So it was a show trial. It wasn't a real committee to figure out what happened. It was just a show trial to try to make Orange look bad. Orange man bad. That's what they're trying to do. So I'm done with the Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski of the internet. I'm done with them. They're not important. So what time is it? I still have a few more minutes. So I think I can cover this. And I'm sure my girlfriend's going to text me again. So I'm going to have to be out of here in the next 10 minutes. But I have time to cover this. Let me get rid of this. Let me go to this. More irrelevant nonsense being covered. This time by... And I go back and forth. Like... Share this tab.
This is a crazy story. I thought this was fake when I first heard about it. Lauren Boebert is about to be a grand.
Stop.
This is a crazy.
This is David Pakman. I came across this clip this morning, in fact, and for some reason David Pakman recommended on YouTube, even though I'd never seen it. I haven't watched his show or watched anything to do with his show in years. I always found him boring. Like, I go back and forth. Who's more boring, Sam Cedar or David Pakman? I don't know. I go back and forth. More irrelevant stories. Oops. Piss off. Now, so I want to see if how David Pakman covered the Trump thing before I get to that video, or the Tucker Carlson January 6th thing. Here we go. Tucker now sucking up to Trump after disastrous leaked text. Again, like, I don't care. Or is the footage true or not? Instead, it's like, oh, well, Trump. Tucker hates Trump. So by definition, that must mean that he's wrong, right? Or the footage doesn't matter. Tucker Carlson's pathetic lies brutally exposed. Oops, what happened there? Is the stream still up? Can you guys see me or not? Because hold on. Why? Hold on. Okay. Why I can't see me for some reason. I got a black screen here. That's why I'm kind of like, what the fuck? That's weird. I'm seeing like a black screen when I look. Okay, here. The hell? Yeah, it's an irrelevant clip I wanted to show you, but I don't know whether I can get this to work. For some reason, I can't see myself. Hold on. So, hold on a second. Let's get rid of that. The hell is on here? Oh God. I may have to reload in. I'm not sure you guys can hear me or not, but yeah, I may have to reload in. Yeah, I'm getting glitchy here. Let me see. I get rid of that. Yeah, my thing is glitching here, so let me. Yeah, my whole computer is just glitched right now. I'm not sure you guys can hear me, but my computer's completely glitched. It's fucked. So I'm gonna wrap it up here anyways. It's 3:22. So trying to reload in. It won't let me do anything. So I may have to do a hard reboot of the computer. So yeah, I want to thank you. I'm not sure you guys can still hear me or not, but if you can, I want to thank you very much for joining. Please give me a like. Please subscribe. All that good stuff. And I hope you guys enjoyed episode 2. I'll be back probably Monday. Maybe I'll stream this weekend. I don't know yet. I haven't decided, but I'll definitely be back Monday for episode 3. Yeah, I might do it tomorrow, but if not, I'll definitely be back Monday. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe. I want to thank you very much, and I'm out. Oh, I'm still on apparently. I'm still on apparently. I thought I had to reboot my whole computer because my whole computer just glitched on me completely, right in the middle of a goddamn stream. So I don't know if you guys can still see this or not when I'm still on the air. I wanted to wrap this up, but I wanted to thank everybody for watching. Unfortunately, my computer glitched. I don't know whether I'm still on or not. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll be back either tomorrow or if not Monday, definitely for episode 3. I might do it tomorrow. I might do it Monday. So check my Twitter. Make sure you check my Twitter. I'll let you guys know when. And I'll see you guys soon.